So in this video, we're going to talk about audio accessories for your phone, e-reader, your Booksmama 2, just kind of what you can get out of your audio. I do a lot of text-to-speech TTS, or I do Audible or Speechify. If you guys didn't know, they have audiobooks on there as well. So other than the pure reading aspects, I just want to go over some audio accessories. So what we have in front of us is the Booksmama 2. I want to play the sound for the Booksmama 2. I usually use the Constitution as the general thing to play audio. So let's just play a little bit of the Booksmama 2 and see what that sounds like.
Article 5. The amendment process the Congress, whenever 2/3 of both houses shall deem it necessary, shall propose amendments to this Constitution, or, on the application of the legislatures of 2/3 of the several states, shall call...
So, I mean, that's just a good preview of the audio on the Booksmama 2. I had it way up. Let's turn it down, maybe roughly about 60%, and see what it sounds like.
Call a convention for proposing amendments, which, in either case, shall be valid to all intents and purposes, as part of this Constitution, when ratified by the legislature.
So at 60%, you could hear it, but it's not super loud. Let's try different accessories. So I found this on Amazon. They have various probably different brands. But this one's a Heetipuk. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that. It's roughly about $10, and I think something similar can go from $10 to $45, depending on the brand of the speaker. It's a speaker. Let's power it on. Kind of loud when you power it on. The light might be distracting, maybe not. Maybe might be pleasant to others. So I got it hooked up. Not exactly hooked up. I have it magnetized on the back. So if you have a phone, it might be MagSafe, or you can get one of those metal rings that'll attach to the back that has the adhesive. But let's link this up. If you hear some snoring, that's my dog in the back. I believe it's going to be the M2 on screen. All right, I think that was it. So let's listen to the text-to-speech on the Constitution off of Kindle again.
Article 6. Legal status of the Constitution. All debts contracted and engagements entered into, before the adoption of this Constitution, shall be as valid against the United States under this Constitution, as under the Confederation. This Constitution, and the laws of the United States which shall be made in pursuance thereof, and all treaties made.
So that's pretty loud. That's a pretty good difference. It looks like that said about 50%, or I don't know if I left it that way or just automatically adjusted at 50. So 50%, 60%. Let's detach this one or turn it off. But let me show you guys how it looks again. Pretty. Might be distracting to others. But overall, pretty cool. Put it in portrait mode. So, showing that off there. I'm going to turn it off, and then we're going to try out a different speaker. There it goes off. I got this a little bit while back. I actually like this stand here. This one I got, I want to say for like $10. There's no particular brand. The prices I think I saw on Amazon, depending on the brand you get or you shop around, is probably about $10 to $25. And I could be wrong on that. $10, but I thought I got it for 10. But I remember seeing variation to this. I think the one I saw that were more expensive had a USB-A plug-in along with this, and this was cheaper because it just had the USB-C. When I work, I generally hook up my my e-reader like this. Oh, usually the case is off sometimes, but I don't want to go through the whole process of trying to take it off. That case is on there pretty tight when I do it. But let's see if I can get it aligned enough where we just have the example of. Well, let's go back in the Constitution, read again.
Power on, Bluetooth mode.
Let's try to find it. I think it's coming up. Uh-oh, this one's taking a second to find. Let me see if I can rediscover it real quick. Showing a lot of different devices that are not it. There it goes. Z101. So we're pairing the stand that has the speaker. Again, this is the one I mostly use as of now, because I can put any e-reader, lean it back, and then the speaker's right below.
Article 6. Legal status of the Constitution. All debts contracted and engagements entered.
So this one is not as loud as the other one.
Entered into, before the adoption of this Constitution, shall be as valid against the United States under this Constitution as under the Confederation. This Constitution, and the laws of the United States which...
I paused it for a second. They do have like dials on the bottom. I don't have the exact way of using it right. What I notice sometimes, depending on the app I use, the volume button actually, sometimes it doesn't do the volume. It just changes. It changes how things sound.
Amendment to Right to Bear Arms 1791, a well-regulated militia, being necessary...
Oh, so on this app, it does change it up and down.
Amendment 3, quartering of troops 1791, no soldier shall, in time of peace, be quartered in any house, without the consent of the owner, nor in time of war. But
what I noticed...
Power on.
Sorry, all the sounds are kind of getting to me. What I noticed is on the Speechify app, it actually scrolls it up and down when I try to do the volume. So I just wanted to point that out. But it looks like on the Kindle app, it does control the sound up and down. With this case off and with my other e-readers with the case off, it does a good job of holding the reader. This third one I bought, made by EWA, this one's $15 I've seen go for on Amazon. What got me versus this one, it looks like you could use this better to prop your fingers to hold it to get that sound. So when I attach it like that, I could actually hold it like this. So let me turn this back on. All right, and then we got to pair this one and we'll see how that sounds. EWA. It's taking a second to pair. All right. So I'm going to hold it how I would naturally, I'm going to refresh the screen real quick. How I would naturally hold it. So it would be something like this. It can prop up like this. Sorry. Let's get that on camera. It can prop up like this or like that. So that's pretty good. but let's see what it sounds like.
1791. The right of the people to be secure.
So let me turn it up just a tad bit.
Secure in their persons, houses, papers, and effects, against unreasonable searches and seizures, shall not be violated, and no warrants shall issue, but upon probable cause, supported by oath or affirmation, and particularly describing the place to be searched, and the persons of things to be seized. Amendment B, grant.
Let's try to turn it up to like 75 and see what kind of sound we get.
Grand jury, double jeopardy, self-incrimination, due process 1791. No person shall be held to answer for a capital or otherwise infamous crime, unless on a presentment or indictment of a grand jury, except in cases arising in the land or naval forces, or in the militia, when in actual service in time of war or
So, yeah, that's pretty neat. It looks like, far as what's the loudest, it's probably this one. What's more convenient if you're not lounging things around and you're just kind of having it by your work computer, or you're just trying to sit back and not hold something, this one still sounds decent. One that I will probably bring with me on the go, or like I'm trying to go for louder sound in bed or sitting on a couch, this one. I hope these little speakers are good accessories to add to your e-reader collection, or if you're someone that doom scrolls on the phone. Just want to show this off, a little bit different accessories that people don't talk about, and I just want to give people some options to look at. Thank you for taking your time and listening and watching my video. If you like this video, like it, and then please help grow my channel if you could subscribe. Thank you and have a good day. I also want to let you know that I will have links below for these accessories, so you can look them up, and I'll give you a start of different kind of speakers for you. Thanks again. Bye.